Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my next video. Today I'm going to be trying to do one of the dungeons. I'm going to try to do the first one that I find easiest, in my opinion anyways. Okay, I think I've got some pretty good gear, so I'm going to go take on the first dungeon. Alrighty, we're here at Kakariko Village. Probably should have mentioned that to you all before, but it's fine. Basically, we're going to be heading to the, what I refer to as the Lizalfos Swamp, because there are a lot of Lizalfos in the area. We're just going to kind of head out this way in Kakariko Village. So now I'm just going to kind of be flying on over. I'm basically going to be heading to Zora's Domain, which is this another type of village in the game. Okay, let's see here. Probably be safe if I go on the path. Gotta kind of get to that tower over there. But the thing is, there's like a few enemies in the way, like going through this waters. So it'd be smarter if I just got the shrine first. I can already see lots of them all around me. This is no good. Get another two of them attacking me. At least I can dodge. I'm actually a bit surprised that they didn't notice me. They just kind of stopped looking at me for some reason. Well, that works out in my case because I need to get over here. I see a Zora in that water, which is one of the Zoras that they want you to talk to. Just gonna wait in here. Okay, they're basically telling me to go to the tower over there to see Prince Sidon, which is one of the Zoras. Which he'll kind of help you with the quest. Normally I just kind of skip all this because it is possible to skip it because you can just ride your horse past them. But I don't know why, I just kind of talk to the NPC right now. Okay, let's see here. Gotta be careful because there's a... Oh my goodness, it is right there. I see the Guardian. Oh my goodness, this is terrifying. And... Okay, that felt really close right now. But I am okay. That was that powerful enemy I was telling you all about a minute ago. You can see how Lizalfos is kind of sticking out. The Lizalfos, the green ones anyways, have 50 health. And this spear does 11 damage, so 5 hits should be able to defeat them. Let's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for a second I thought it said that my spear was damaged, and I was gonna be like, well, this is cheaply made, but it's still fine. We're about to pass another hard enemy, which I'm just going to skip. There's actually a really good bow around here. To be honest, there's another route to doing this, but I just found this to be the quickest way to get over to where I need to be, so yeah. My goodness, that goat almost woke it up. That didn't work. Just don't make a lot of noise around them, or else they'll wake up and then start attacking you. Okay, we're basically kind of heading over to this little cliff spot right here. It's already nighttime. Let's see. Defeat the enemies. Get the stuff that they drop. Let's see here. We have this Forest Dweller's bow, which is actually really good because it fires 3 arrows at a time. There's one bow known as the Savage Lionel bow, which does 32. This one's basically a slightly weaker, well, it takes off half the damage pretty much, and it's also made of wood. It can come in handy sometimes. I see that. I actually see something. if you'll see that, that was that mountain I was at last episode. I was telling y'all that it glows at a certain timing. Well, right now it's glowing, but to be honest, I don't have enough time in the episode to go grab that. Here's another Zora. You can just see him in the water right there. Just kind of skipping through it. I'm almost there, sort of, to be honest. Okay, let's see. I see an enemy. This part in the game's a lot easier with the Majora's Mask item I was telling y'all about, because a lot of these enemies can just be skipped. They still can be, but it's just a little bit harder to skip them. To be honest, I'm not even having a lot of trouble getting there. When I first started playing this game with me and my dad, we were playing this, and this place was just way too hard, and it was crazy. I have a feeling I was not meant to do that right now. Just step on the giant swordfish's head. Yeah, this is kind of awkwardly built. This one's a tough camp to beat. Hopefully they didn't notice me, which they did not. Normally I just ride around here with a horse. It's gonna be another Zora in the water. Okay. Just starting to kind of slow down the video. I think this is like the last one before I get there. Let's see here, just skipping through all this. This video might take a little bit longer as I'm going to be trying to complete the dungeon. And the skeleton enemies appear. That's no good. Just gotta do the whistle run glitch to get out of here. There's something you want to grab, and it's the skeleton Lizalfos. She should probably run. That person out there should probably just be running away by now. Okay, the enemies aren't following me. Ooh boy, I rode on a deer. I'm probably gonna get rid of the deer right now, but it's still funny. You have to get rid of the deer in order to climb up this. It is funny when you do ride on deer. This is the reason we came up here is because you're gonna want to grab this shrine and this big hardy radish. So I'm just gonna activate this shrine really quick. As you can see on my weather tracker, it's going to be raining infinitely because you'll see why later. He gives you this, which allows you to block some of the electric damage from enemies. Which he's just gonna swim well, not all the way there, but you know, he'll kind of go to a certain point and wait for you. Alright, now this is one of the main quests, which will have to be beaten. So, let's just start doing this. The enemies aren't that hard to deal with, as you can just kind of walk around to the side and they might not even notice you, as you can see by this situation. They didn't even see me. It's only those annoying Octoroks that have the best aiming. Whenever we're walking, me and my dad are like playing the game, we're just walking by a river, they always manage to shoot us. They shoot in front of you, so you just walk into their projectile, which is very annoying and hard to deal with. Octoroks are technically the only creature that can genuinely go anywhere, as there's a version of them for the volcano, snowy area, underwater Octoroks, and land Octoroks. So they're, once again, technically the only enemy that can literally go anywhere they want. You can just ignore the enemies. Okay, this part's gonna get a little bit hard to dodge all their rocks. He won't be able to reach me unless he figures out that he can jump, which is how he got to me. Just gotta run through it. There's a high chance that you'll probably get hit through all this. Let's see here. We're almost at the meeting point. Let's see here. These Octoroks do a lot of damage. And we're at the meeting point. Not that hard to do. And as you can see, I'm in the water. Once again, I'm just skipping through everything. It looks like he goes towards the screen, but he's going up that waterfall. Okay, now there's a few boulders and stuff like that you're gonna watch out for. I'm not talking about the one that just flew right in my direction. There's a traveler's bow on the ground that you can grab. Okay, right here, you might want to pull out stasis just in case, because you might have to stop a boulder right now. I don't see it. There they are. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Now, normally it seems like you should go down that way, but you just gotta hop on this little rock, jump up here, and there's a lot of powerful enemies and stuff like that in those caves and stuff like that. So you just kind of want to skip all that entirely. And this is going to be a major skip that I'm going to be showing you all. Basically, you're just climbing up here. Don't worry about all those spikes. Right here, there's a pretty simple quirk puzzle that I do on every time I do a run on this game. Pretty simple and fast. You just got to put the metal ball inside the well. Alrighty. Now, from here, if you did follow it, you'd have to go all around there, plus all the way down there. There's a bridge over there, but you can't really see it. Then you go all the way up there. Now, if you're by this well, you just run and glide. You can actually do this major shortcut in the thing, and what I just showed you is all just got skipped. Right here, there will be a boulder coming down. There it is. Might be able to squeeze under here. No, I cannot. This one you can just easily climb on and hop over. Okay, now this is what I kind of refer to as the Lizalfos trading outpost. Just because when some of my runs, when I have the Majora's Mask, I just leave some of my other gear for some of their more powerful weapons. Which is why I have trading in the name. Even though this is more like a powerful enemy camp that's really hard to deal with. Basically on this side you're just going to want to climb up. Just like that. There's a powerful enemy at the bottom of it, which you could technically sneak past if you want to. Just got to climb for a few seconds, then jump. That's kind of how to climb in non-runnable surfaces. By that I mean surfaces that you can just run up. Try shot him in the eye. Or face, more like. Which does more damage. I'm going to sneak strike chain this enemy. Alright, hit him once. Steal his shield. Face the other direction. Okay. I didn't do that correctly, but it's fine. A lot of these old weapons that we had, we can replace for a lot better weapons here. Like this giant sword. Basically just replace most of your old weapons here. Let's see here. Oh, this shield I can actually just grab. And Lizalfos boomerang. That does the same amount of damage as that other sword, but you can throw it like a boomerang, so it'll come in handy. This chest has something inside of it. $100. There's just a random balloon here for some reason. To be honest, I'm not that sure why it's there. There's a powerful bow right there, which I could just drop one of the many traveler bows that I have. I'll actually drop the one I have equipped because this one has more durability. This shield I'll get rid of. Been meaning to do it for a while. That's pretty much anything, well, everything that you're going to want from here. Now from here, you're just going to want to simply glide up and run towards that giant bridge over there. Let's see here. Which you can kind of see the blue luminous stone that was used to make Zora's Domain just over there. Kind of see the scales and stuff like that on the thing because it's shaped to be a giant fish. Okay, let's see here. Now we're just going to be running across this bridge, and this will be like the last median point before you actually get to Zora's Domain. Which isn't actually as kind of a boss fight, but not really a boss fight, but I'll kind of show y'all right now. Let's See, you can see him waving down there. Kind of crazy how he's all far down there. And here's that semi-boss fight right now. Normally if I have the Majora's Mask on this run, all I do is just kind of wait there, give him some meat, then walk away. Because the enemies won't attack you when you have the Majora's Mask equipped. Flurry rushing his kick. And he's defeated. This is actually the first Moblin I defeated on here. It's not really a boss fight, as it doesn't give you really a big health bar, but more like just a powerful enemy that they have you fight. Which has a basic Moblin club, which is what I'm using right now. It only does 9 attack damage, so to be honest, it's not the best weapon. Around here, if y'all remember deer riding, you can ride that deer right there. That's just kind of by that cliff. Sometimes it'll try to attack you and just like ram into you. If so, it'll be your ticket to getting on it. But if it does touch you, you will take damage. Alright, now there's a bit of a powerful enemy right there. So you can just kind of run through him or go up this wall. Just kind of depends on what you think is easier. This enemy is pretty powerful. There he is. Get him right there. Just gotta run up. He didn't see me, but, you know, just being careful. Okay, and that's pretty much skipping this guy. I just got this bug randomly. And, the source of all the rain is right there, as you all can see. It's the elephant trunk, except the elephant's just inside the water. You can see the trunk there. When me and my dad were first playing this game, we saw that, we were like, what on earth is that? Till we figured out what it was. This, you can just glide over all the enemies. It's pretty basic. You're going to want to be careful for your stamina. And don't fall off those sides, because then you'll have to restart this whole thing. I'm not even kidding. Well, if you drown from losing stamina, it'll respawn you to the top, but like if you fall down there and survive, you'll have to do the entire thing again. Like, you'll have to teleport away and just do the whole thing again. We did that. Now we're at Zora's Domain. As usual, you're going to want to get the shrine first. Okay, now it's just doing a little cutscene right here of what the domain looks like. So now I'm just kind of waiting. This dungeon feels like the easiest one, as they give you a lot of help with it. I'm just doing these dungeons and stuff like that in the order I find them easiest in. Alright, I'm just kind of skipping through all this. Alrighty, let's see here. Now I made it to Zora's Domain, and you'll probably see the orange standing out behind the statue. So let's see here. You won't be able to get shock arrows or anything like that here. Let's see. Which is the first dungeon requires the shock arrows, like if y'all remember me mentioning like an episode or two ago. So if y'all do have the shock arrows, this should be pretty easy for y'all. But I did not pick them up in my last episode, so I'm probably have to make a quick stop over there. I actually got the shrine, so I could technically do that, as I have a diamond that I was meaning to sell. Okay, I guess I'll do that really quickly. Alrighty, we're here at Laurelin Village, which is where I need to get all the shock arrows at, which I need just 20 of them. It's either this or fighting a Lynel for all the arrows, and this one's just the easy option and the quicker option. Plus you'll get a village out of this. Is that blue snail? There's 2 of them. Sometimes they naturally spawn, but in this case it naturally spawned right next to the regular one. I'm going to be talking to this person right here. I'm just basically going to be selling these ores that I had gotten. Which the diamond is worth 500, like I had mentioned to you all like an episode or 2 ago. I'm just going to want to buy 2 of these. since I haven't gotten an arrow variant, it's just telling me how to switch arrows, which do not use the shock arrows, like I said, because you're going to need them. So now we're just going to teleport back to the Zora's Domain. Okay, now that I'm back at Zora's Domain and have all the shock arrows, this will pretty much be a wild ride until I get to the boss fight. But luckily we got all these weapons, so we should be able to have a good fighting chance against the boss fight. Alrighty, now let's see here. You can actually take this Zora's shock arrow. It's just a bonus one. Just skipping through all the cutscenes and stuff like that. Technically you don't have to talk to him, but I just recommend getting the shock arrow. So I'm just running over here now. There's actually a nice little sword and shield here, which I'm going to be collecting. The sword does 15 damage, so you can see why I'm going to be trying to... I'll drop this one that I have equipped, along with the little pot lid. There you go, I got some better stuff now. Because I'm going to need all the good weapons I can find to fight this boss. Let's see here. Now I'm going to be going to the main top area. I'm probably just going to skip all this to avoid any spoilers for you all. Even though pretty much you've already seen all this. Well, now I have the dungeon quest. The king gave me this special item known as the Zora Armor, which just allows me to swim up waterfalls. And when you upgrade it along with the other pieces to the set, you'll be able to get all sorts of cool swimming abilities. Right now I can swim up waterfalls. They just haven't spawned in yet. This part I think I'll skip it as well. But basically you just need the Zora Armor and the shock arrows, which is what the game considers that you need. But to be honest, you need more stuff. But I already had the Satori Mountain Guide and did all that other stuff. Okay, after a lot of long cutscene stuff basically, they said for you to go to the top of that mountain to fight the Lionel for those shock arrows. But since we already did that at that other village and have all the shock arrows necessary, we can just go straight on to the dungeon and stuff like that. Man, that took a while. But anyways, now I just gotta kind of run through this way. And that giant dam right there, you're gonna see a staircase in there. You're just gonna be climbing up that basically. So now I'm just running and running up. It's taking a while, not gonna lie. Okay. Let's see here, just trying to get up. And now we have the ridiculously tall staircase that we have to climb. James Horse couldn't hear your call, because of the funny horse name we named it. Okay, over here there's actually a really good shield that you want to grab. Just in that chest right there. The pots here are fish shaped, which now just fell down due to the wind. Okay, let's see what shield should I drop. I have two of this one, so I'm just gonna drop it. Which I have a nice knight's shield. Alrighty. Well, this is the giant elephant monster that we'll be fighting right now. Basically now would be your time to equip your gear, which really you just need your shock arrows equipped and your Zora Armor. Alright, right now he'll basically just be explaining the plan to us. Pretty simple. Which I'll ask you multiple times if you're ready for this. Another little thing that I do that a lot of players never do is well, I just see some people do it. I'm pretty sure most people already know of this feature already, since the game's kind of old at this point. But basically the giant elephant creature shoots ice blocks at you, and a lot of people would shoot those with their regular arrows, well, more closer to the start of the game. But those can actually be just destroyed with your Cryonis rune, saving you on a lot of arrows. That's basically what you're going to want to use to do this. And it saves you a lot of money on arrows. Note when you're on top of Sidon, you cannot steer him. You just gotta you can really just shoot stuff. There's a little bit of a secret weapon animation where you just tap Y and Link will just kind of poke his sword out. But now you're gonna click A, swim upwards on these waterfalls, and you're gonna shoot. Just tap B instantly, then you're gonna shoot that one in midair. You're also gonna want to shoot that one. It is possible to do 2 at a time, so that's what you're gonna be doing. You can just wait there because he'll just come to you. You can break these when you're close to them, which then only leaves it with 1. It actually makes a little bit of a scary noise when it gets closer to you. This would be more of an awkward position since we already got the ones on this side. You can fly over it, but if you attempt to land on it, I think you'll just shoot up a barrier that will launch you backwards. As you can see all the things right there. There's 1. And there's a 2. Which we got it actually. And that's going to activate this thing, which will be able to go inside of it. Okay, after a lot of that cutscene stuff, finally inside of it. Well, there's still some more cutscenes and stuff like that. Basically, there's all these terminals and a map that I'm going to have to get inside the dungeon, which I'll explain to you. There are also some new enemy variants inside of here that are going to have to be destroyed. Alrighty. This is what's referred to as a Malice Eye, which can just be simply defeated with any type of weapon, 1 hit. To be honest, you can just jump on this side and then walk around it, but it's fine if you defeat it. Here's another Guardian Scout, except he's red. It just means that he's evil, because the other ones inside the shrines are more like a trial. They're not necessarily evil, trying to destroy you, even though they are. This, you just gotta use the magnesis, and I'm using motion controls. Just pull this upwards, which just pulls up this terminal, which you just gotta click A next to it to activate it. You can just do this one in advance before you get the map. The other ones you can't really get without it, as the map kind of has an important feature to this. That Malice Eye, actually, you should be able to just destroy him with regular arrows. Here you're gonna grab this little chest, which you can pull it up and grab whatever's inside of it. Let's see here. Just raise the gate. And now we have the map, which will allow us to have limited controls over this. As you can control the trunk on this, but can't do anything else, because they don't want the players going crazy destroying stuff in the game. It's not just giving me a map, which this map works a bit differently, as the little orange dots are the terminals, and those 2 gears are just inside of it. I'll kind of explain the map to you all in just a second. So I was explaining, these arrows that you're on, if you put this right here, it'll make the trunk move up to there, but right now we're just going to leave it at default. The gears are, those orange gears inside of it are the ones that are going to move when the water pushes them, and the terminals are the ones that we have to get to, which are a total of 5 of them. I believe there are 5 of them in every dungeon. The dungeons in this game can be done in any order, but like I said earlier, I just prefer to do them in a specific order because it's quicker and easier. Just avoid the malice right there. Now we're running up. Now we have another one of these guardians. This one has a pretty good sword and does 20. And the sword does 20 damage. So I'm just gonna kind of use my older type of sword on it. The sword I have equipped, it can be pretty much easily gotten at this one location where you can just literally get a bunch of it. That did a lot of damage. I did not cook any of this food. Sorry, rush. And then if you just want to get rid of weapons like this, you just gotta throw them on the last hit. And there we go. We got a nice Guardian Sword. Right, this, you're gonna wanna plug it up when this terminal gets like low to the ground like this, which you will make the water go down as well. But basically you're just gonna wanna activate this terminal. And to get to it, all you have to do is plug up that one thing at the right timing when the terminal gets down. Because as you can see, the Cryonis block blocks that. Then when you remove it, it just goes back to normal. Right here, you're going to want to shoot that eye. Just don't go over there yet, or else that giant mouth thing will spit out some enemies for you. Which once it's defeated, then you can safely cross without any extra enemies. Now this part, you're going to have to get this wheel to spin. So you're going to want to move the trunk to right here. I believe so anyways. I'm going to check it right now. Then I'll show y'all what the trunk position you need it to be is at. Alrighty. Okay, yeah. Moving it a little bit up more. Okay. You're basically going to want it right here, closer to the top, which then it's going to come down and make this wheel spin. Which, if you see that orange ball thing right there, it's gonna, when the wheel goes up there, the ball's gonna fall down, which will then open that little room right there with the next terminal. So, it's going down, which then you're just gonna jump to the side, glide, then hop right back in there. Be careful not to deal with these spikes, though. I'm not even sure why they added them to the roof in here. But basically, you're just gonna wait right here. You can climb up here, but it is a little bit risky. The door will close, but then just instantly open when you activate this terminal. So it's kind of funny that it just closed. 2 terminals left. So now you're just going to go to this side and hop on this. And now you're just going to kind of ride this propeller thing. I hate it when this happens. It feels like it always happens when I get this malice stuff on it. And it does not go away with the water. Okay, before you fight this guy, you're going to want to step on this switch, as it's going to give you a waterfall, which if you accidentally fall down there, you'll be able to come back up again. Which is one of the only type of weapons that doesn't break when you use it for throwing at enemies. Now we got some parts. Now we have 2 terminals left, which both of them can be pretty much found at the trunk area. So now for the trunk, you're just going to move it all the way down. You'll be able to watch it go down. It's almost finished up. Now you just start gliding down there. When you get close to the water, I'm pretty sure it just turns off, which is kind of strange. Oh no, it didn't turn off. And somehow Link's not getting splashed or anything like that. He's just kind of standing there casually. Even when he's standing, then his hole is not even falling through it. His legs are kind of moving around weirdly. So move it up more. Now as you can see, there's another terminal on the trunk. Which when you get it, you just gotta activate it. There we go. One last terminal before we do the boss fight. Which it's fairly easy and hard at the same time. The final boss, however, is like a mix of all of the boss fights. Like it has an ability from all of them. In here, you're just going to want to quickly shoot this out. Basically, just fall through that hole, and then you're going to go in here and destroy the enemy. Now, what you're going to do is another one of these magnesis cranks. You're going to want to open it up. Which once it's opened up, now we're going to move this trunk back a little bit. Which then it's going to put out the fire down there. Which is the whole reason you can't get to that terminal. And before you try jumping on it, it will not work. Let's see here. Now all the fire is put out, and you can activate this last terminal, which now we'll be able to do the boss fight. Next episode, I'll probably be heading towards the next dungeon, as I'm going to be trying to do all these really quickly. I might do a bit of cooking off camera, kind of like those Minecraft jokes. But here I'm pretty sure it's a spear, but I don't even know if it's that powerful or not. Let me see. Does 13 attack damage, and my inventory's full. The Guardian Spear I've equipped it does 10 damage, but it does more damage to like the boss fights and stuff like that. Well, basically we're going to be heading to the main terminal, which is just at the starting area. For armor, just pick anything that has the highest number, which pretty much I don't have really upgraded any of this armor, so this is like the best stuff that I have. Basically, once again, you can equip your better bow if you want to, like the Forest Dweller bow that I was showing y'all earlier, and this Guardian Sword, which will do a whole lot of damage to him. On Master Mode, enemies restore health. Well, it's the harder version. Okay, so basically, like I was saying, all enemies on Master Mode will have a lot. They can restore all their health, so the boss fights, they can also do that, which is really hard. Basically, you just gotta hit it. This attack, you might want to stand back and use your shield. If you shoot in the eye, it'll stun them a little bit, but because this is a multi-shot bow, it just kind of sends them on the floor. And as you can see, we've already done a lot of damage to this boss fight. It kind of has some water-based attacks, as you could probably see. It's going to thrust its spear at us, and we can do a flurry rush. Which, now we're at the halfway point, which in most video games, the halfway point means that it'll like think of something new to do to you. And for this one's halfway point, it raises the water level in the room with a few floating platforms, so now you can't really move around anymore. So I'm just gonna go to one of these and hope it's not the one that he tries to go to. Okay, for this attack that he's about to do, he always does the same attack, where he's gonna raise up a block. You're gonna want to use your stasis rune and launch it back at him. But always equip your weaker weapon when doing this, because it takes a lot of durability out of your weapons. Which, let's see here. Now we're gonna head to it and start fighting it. The sword's almost broken, so I should be able to just throw it at him when he gets comfortable in one spot. Okay, let's see here. Don't get stressed out, as he does them one at a time, and they all just kind of get caught on that first one. So to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Launch it at him, and he's almost defeated. Now you can hold Y to do the finishing attack. Oh wait, that didn't finish him. Never mind, we're finishing him with the bow, I guess. Normally when they get really low on health, yeah, he's gonna try to shoot you like a regular Guardian, but then you can just fire at him. The game just did an animation of you defeating him once and for all. I'm actually just gonna keep the sword equipped. Here we go. And like all Zelda games, you get a heart container after you defeat the boss fight. Now, this next part I'll just be skipping for spoilers, even though most people have already played this game before, but I'll just skip it just cause. Alrighty, now that we're here, they kind of give you a little ceremony, but it's only on this dungeon. Well, now you're given a special ability after each one. Basically, Link did the thing, and now he has a new special ability, which this one just works like an infinite fairy that takes forever to load. As if you'll remember the fairies from older Zelda games that would revive you when you die. But this one takes too long, and you only get one of it in stock, as you can see it by my health bar. This is the only dungeon that they'll actually like do a little festival for you after you do it, except technically you can't play around during it, but you'll see it right now. Well, anyways, this is the festival that they do. They just invite everyone in the town up to the top to congratulate you, and they actually give you a cool weapon after you beat it, which is one thing I always forget about whenever you do it. As you can see, the chest right next to him will be the cool weapon that you get. I'm probably just going to skip the rest of this. Anyways, that's done. Once again, I said you cannot attend the festival. Everyone's back to doing whatever they're doing. Which, now you're just here if you're a cool new weapon. which is Mipha's spear. Basically, it's like that for all the champions. This is how you mainly get their weapons. So I'm just gonna keep my regular sword equipped. Actually, that's probably gonna finish up this video. Anyways, that's gonna finish up this video. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Goodbye.